This video is to be used for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace individual research or licensed investment advice. Unique experiences and past performance does not guarantee future results. Trading stocks, options, and spot currencies involves substantial risk, and there's always the potential for loss. Your trading results may vary. No representations are being made that any software or training will guarantee profits or not result in losses from trading. This is the Premier Trade Market Wrap.
It's Friday, August 10th. I'm Jack Lott here on the James Dix Financial Network. This is Market Watch. It's been a busy week. Let's start with the Fed. The Fed said it is providing liquidity to, quote, facilitate the orderly functioning of financial markets. The financial markets, by the way, have seen triple-digit losses most of the day. In a statement, the Fed said it will provide reserves as necessary through open market operations to promote trading in the Fed funds market rates close to 5.25%. Fed brought $19 billion in a three-day repurchase agreements in mortgage-backed securities. That'll make a total of $31.2 billion. And the European Central Bank injected another $83.8 billion into the banking system. U.S. regulators analyzing the books of some of the top Wall Street brokers and investment banks for subprime mortgage losses under the review by the SEC is whether the firms are calculating the value of subprime mortgage assets in a consistent method. And a Merrill Lynch analyst said in a note to clients today that the Fed fund future prices suggest that the U.S. Federal Reserve will be forced to do an emergency inter-meeting rate cut within the next week or so. We'll wait and see if that happens. Well, in other economic news today, prices of goods imported into the United States climbed 1.5% in July. That led by a big increase in petroleum products, of course. This marked the sixth straight monthly increase in import prices. China's trade surplus soared 67% in July from a year ago to its second highest monthly level on record amid pressure by U.S. lawmakers to sanction Beijing over trade and currency disputes. Consumer confidence rebounded again in August, and another report, the RBC Cash Index, showing a rising to a 5-month high as receding gas prices and a mostly solid employment climate help people feel better about the U.S. economy. And the federal deficit so far this budget year is running sharply lower, driven by record revenues pouring into the government reserves. The Treasury Department reported today that the government produced a deficit of $157.3 billion for the budget year that began on October 1st. In earnings news today, it's a short earnings day. It's a Friday. It's always pretty sparse. The Russ Berrie & Company, a maker of collectible bears and other gifts, said it swung to a profit in the second quarter due to a boost in revenue from its gift segment, as well as declining expenses. It's a big economic week coming up. The next week, look for retail sales, business inventories, producer price index, the trade gap, consumer price index also on the docket, the New York Empire State Index, industrial production and capacity utilization, housing starts, building permits, the Philly Fed survey, as well as another consumer sentiment report, this one for August. Those are the economic reports next week. Earnings, look for Walmart, Sysco Corporation, that's the food Sysco, S-Y-S-C-O, Sysco Corp, Bob Evans Farms, Guess, Deere & Company, Orbitz, Fetters, Movie Gallery, and Applied Materials. Those are just some of the marquee names. There are quite a few of retailers, big retailers, including JCPenney's and Kohl's on the calendar as well. Some of the stocks we were watching today included California Pizza Kitchen reporting a second quarter earning of $6.3 million, or 21 cents a share. That's up from last year. Novastar Financial reporting a second quarter loss of $52.9 million versus $34.7 million last year. And Steak and Shake fiscal third quarter net income fell to $124,000, or less than 1 cent a share. That from $7.3 million in the year-ago period. And that is the market wrap on this Friday. I'm Jack Lott here on the James Dix Financial Network.